I get questions asking how to get character models from Dark and Darker to use for 3D thumbnails like this. So in this video, I will show you how to do that. First off, you need to download a couple things. You'll need to download F-Model, and all of these links will be down in the description. Once you get to the F-Model website, just come over here under Releases, download F-Model and extract it. Once you download that, you'll need to download the mapping file, which you'll need for F-Model. This will be in my Google Drive down in the description. Just come to this thumbnail folder and download this mapping file. And you'll also need this eye texture for when we start texturing the models. It'll be really helpful. Just download that as well. Next, you'll need to download this Blender add-on. It's a PSK PSA add-on to be able to import these models into Blender. So you'll come down here, download this file right here. And lastly, you'll need to download Blender, which you can download from their website or on Steam. All right, so once you have all of these downloaded, we're gonna open up F-Model. All right, once you open up F-Model for the first time, it won't look like this. So what you need to do is come to Directory, go to Selector. You're going to add an undetected game. We'll name it Dark and Darker. You're going to come here and you're going to go into where you have Dark and Darker saved at. So mine is in local disk, program files. It's in the Iron Mace folder. You click on Dark and Darker. And then once you see this screen with Dungeon Crawler and Engine, you're going to select folder, and then you're going to add it by clicking this button. Click OK. Once that's done, we're going to come to Settings. In general, you're going to enable local mapping file. You're going to come here and click on wherever you saved the mapping file at. So mine's right here. Click that. And you can change the output directory and the model export directory to wherever you want these models to save. I have mine saving to this tutorial folder right here. Once that's done, you're going to want to come to UE versions right here and make sure it's on the correct version. So that is going to be 5.1 right here. Once all of that's done, click OK and it'll restart. All right, once it's all started up, you're going to see all of this is grayed out because it's encrypted. So how to fix that is we're going to come back to Directory, click on AES, and the AES key will be down in the description. So just copy and paste that in there. Click OK. And now we have access to all these packs. Change the loading mode to all. We're going to load all these files. And here we go. We got all of these files. Now I'm going to be showing you how to download the character model, a piece of armor, and an animation. So we're going to go down to characters. We're going to go to player. We're going to go click on meshes, packages. We're going to scroll down and we're going to right click on the man boots file, save model. We're going to also do the gloves, save model. And then we're going to also save the model of a head. So we'll do the cleric since I'm a little biased because I'm a cleric main. So we'll right click. We'll save model. All right, so now we got the models saved. We can go back to folders. Now we'll do the animation. So we'll go to common. We'll go to animations. We'll do an emote since that's pretty easy. Go to packages. We'll do the hold the line emote. And then we'll save that as an animation. Okay, so we got the animation. We got the model. So we'll go back to folders. And now we'll go look for the armor. So we'll go down to item, armor, chest, and then we'll go with an oracle robe, because why not? We'll click on oracle robe, go to packages. You want to download the SK version. Right click, save model. All right, so now that we got the model, the animation, and the armor, now we need the textures. So for the oracle, since we're already here, go to textures. For this, you're gonna need the base, the normal, and the ORM. So you're gonna wanna get this asset, this one, and this one. We'll save that as a texture. Go to back to folders. We're gonna go back to cleric. We're gonna go back to the player folder, and down in textures, we're gonna click on that. Go to packages. We'll get the body 1 and body 2, as well as the cleric head textures. So the base, the normal, the ORM, base, normal, ORM. Save the textures. We'll look for cleric. This is the base and the normal. And then the ORM will be this male head right here. So we'll also save that. Okay, now we got the model and the textures. We're going to go back. Go down here to hair. And we'll need these hair textures as well. So might as well get them right now. We'll get the depth one. Save that as a texture. And we'll also get the man hair 1 normal. We'll save that. And then the base texture right here. All right, so now that we have the model and the armor and the textures and the animation, now we can get started on Blender. So we're going to open up Blender. We'll click General. We'll delete this cube right here. And before we start importing the models, we have to add the add-on first, which I told you to download in the beginning of the video. So we'll go to Edit. We'll go to Preferences. We'll type PSA. And it's right here. It's already checked marked for me, of course. It'll look like this for you. So check mark that. You can close out of that. We'll go to File. We'll go to Import. And you'll have this mesh and animation option right here. So what we can do now is go to Skeletal Mesh. And then go to wherever you save these models at. So, and of course, in this tutorial folder for me. We'll go to the dungeon crawler and keep going through. We got the gloves model. Import that. We'll go back into mesh and we'll add the boots. Go back and we'll add the head. Now you're probably wondering, why aren't we adding the body? Well, if we're going to put armor over it, there's no point to add the body because you're not going to see the body. And also when you add the animations, sometimes the skin clips through the clothing. So it's just easier to do it like this. All right, so now we need to texture these models. So you just need to click on the hands. And now instead of importing, we're going to actually go into our file explorer and go to wherever you save the textures at. So we'll go back into my tutorial folder where I saved these textures. We're going to go back to player, textures, and this is all where the textures are at. So we're going to put that to the side for now. You're going to pull up this, click on this little icon, go to shader editor, and then you're going to go to use nodes. And then you're going to zoom in, click this material button over here. Now you see this takes the man body 2, so we need to come back into our textures and look for man body 2, which is right here. We need the base texture, the normal texture, the ORM texture. Put that aside for now. Put the ORM in the middle. We'll put the base up there and the normal down here. So for this, you need to click Shift A to open up this pop-up. We need to look for a normal map node first. Color to color, normal to normal. Set color space to non-color. Then for the ORM, we're going to Shift A again and look for a separate color node this time. Color to color, blue to metallic, green to roughness. And once you do that, we're going to go Shift A again, and then this time look for a mix color. Change mix to multiply. We're going to put color to A, and then this red to B, and then the result to base color. Okay, change the viewport so we can see what it looks like. And there we go, we got the hands textured. And they're a little too shiny. You could turn on the specular just a tad bit. All right, so now we've done that. We got to click on the feet. And this one takes the male body 1. So we're going to use nodes. We're going to come back into where our textures are. We're going to look for the 1 right here. We're going to base, normal, ORM. Put that off to the side. Again, ORM in the middle, base on top, normal. And then we're going to do the same exact thing. Right, now we got the feet textured. Now we'll go to the head. So click on the head, make sure you're on this material tab. We're going to click on the head material. We're going to go to the nodes, and then we're going to do the same exact thing we've been doing. So look for the base texture, the normal texture, and then the ORM texture is just the regular man head. Put that off to the side. Okay, we got the head textured. Now I'm going to do the eyes. So we're going to go to the eyes, nodes, and we're going to take that eye texture that we downloaded earlier, wherever that's saved at. And go, and all you got to do is color to base color. And there you go. And of course, if you want different eye colors, you can download different textures online, but it doesn't matter. No one's going to notice. We'll be okay. So now we got the eye texture. Now we got to work on the hair. So we're going to click on the hair material. Go to nodes. Now we'll look for the hair textures. Mine isn't in the usual place that we've been going to. As you can see, our hair textures aren't here. They actually went into this folder, exports. So if you can't find it in the dungeon crawler, go to exports, content, characters, player, textures, hair, and then we have our hair textures. So we're going to drag those in. Okay, and then just like what we've been doing, add the normal map. And then for depth, we're going to put color into alpha. And then we're just going to put color into base color. Now our hair will look something like this. How to fix this is we're going to come back over here to the materials tab. We're going to scroll down and we're going to change blend mode to alpha hashed. And now we're going to have a more realistic looking hair. I'm not very good with hair textures, so if you know a better way of making the hair look a little bit better, let me know. But This is how I do all my thumbnails with this. And plus you can always add a hat, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're done with that. We're gonna go do the beard and the eyebrows. So we're gonna click on beard, use nodes, and then we're just gonna do the same exact thing. Okay, now it's gonna look like this. It looks atrocious, but how to fix that? We scroll down, change blend mode to alpha hashed. And now there we go. Looks more realistic now. All right, so now we got everything texture, let's add the armor. So let's go to file, import, skeletal mesh. We'll go back until we get to item, armor, chest, oracle robe, and then the skeleton. But import that. Now you're gonna click on the robe and do the same exact thing. So nodes. And you're gonna find wherever you had the textures at. And then drag in the base, the normal, and the ORM. And then now there's a Oracle Robe 2, which we'll click on that. And we could just use the same textures we use for Oracle Robe 1. So just nodes, and then drag all of them in here. All right, so now we got the Oracle Robe, and usually for other pieces of clothing, you might need to add the pants, but since the Oracle Robe covers everything, there we go. Now this is what it looks like. Now for the animation, all we gotta do to make it easier on us, we can highlight everything, right click, join, and then make sure the model is still highlighted. We go to file, import animation, go to wherever our animations are. In the common folder, animations, emote, hold the line, and now we got our hold the line emote. And then what you can do is click on this icon, go to timeline, and you can scrub through it, and you can see him playing the animation. Now we can move the light. Copy and paste the lights. Then we can move the camera. Great, and there we go. Everything's all finished. Now, of course, you can always add HDR eyes to make the lighting better. You can research a bunch of things for Blender to make this look better. But just for this tutorial, we're going to stick with this. Now to render it, we'll go over here. We'll click on this, and I use cycles. So we'll go to cycles. We'll click denoise. I change this max samples to 1260. I go to light path. I do 6 for each. Come down to film and then click on transparent. Now, since all that's done, we can finally render. So click on render and then render image. And there you go. It'll start rendering the image. Once it's done, you just click on image and then save the image to wherever you'd like. Yeah, and that's basically how I make these renders. If you want to learn how I make the thumbnails in Photoshop, I have a video already made, which I'll put down in the description if you want to see that video. And if you guys have any other questions you want to ask me, I can definitely try to help you. Just ask them down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. I hope you guys thought this guide was helpful. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.